Yo, what's up, my good people? Your boy Habib the Bantu here. So, I hope everybody is doing okay. Now, it's been a minute since I last did a video, like face-to-face video. You know, most of you know I don't usually do these videos because for one reason or the other. Now, I'm hoping everybody is okay. And some of you reached out to me via my Facebook and Instagram. They've been asking me questions about why I chose Nyeri, why I love doing content about Nyeri, and if somebody would like to relocate to Nyeri, what are the pros and cons of relocating to Nyeri town or Nyeri and its environs. Now, I'm going to give each and every one of you who asked those questions my honest opinion. And note, this is my opinion, not the general opinion of most people. This is my opinion, my basic opinion. I'm going to give you the pros of living in Nyeri or staying in Nyeri, and the cons of staying and living in Nyeri. Now, I'm not going to list them in any systemic or categorical manner, but I'll first start with the pros, then I'll gradually go on to the cons of staying in Nyeri. Now, basically, I think for me personally, the first thing I would say about one of the advantages or the pros of staying in Nyeri is this: the water. Anybody who's been to Nyeri and who's lived somewhere else and has been to Nyeri and has tasted Nyeri water, they will attest and they'll tell you Nyeri water is among the best. If there's a grading system that can be used to grade water in Kenya or something, I think Nyeri comes out top with clean water. When I say clean water or tasty water, I mean water that is ready to drink straight from the tap, always cold, very refreshing, and basically always available. Ni ngumu sana usikie mtu Nyeri hata ama watu Nyeri wakisema ati kuna shortage ya maji, unless there's a maintenance somewhere. The supply of water in Nyeri is constant, unlike other places like Nairobi, where you are never sure if you're going to get water in the evening when you get home. So that is number one. There you'll never complain about water in Nyeri, because Nyawasco, and when I say Nyawasco, that's the Nyeri Water and Sewerage Company, is one of the best companies around, if maybe even in the region, because those people, they are on top of your game in terms of water disbursement, in terms of water treatment. Those guys, they are top notch. Number two, I think personally for me, the weather maybe stroke climate. The weather in Nyeri is one of the best. You see, being around or maybe close to Mount Kenya gives it the cool weather. I think in Nyeri, the whole year around, you find there's conducive weather, if I may call it that. It's never too hot, it's never too cold. Okay, maybe on the cold side during the cold season, which is June and July, it's a bit cold, but generally throughout the year, Nyeri has the best weather of any county I know in Kenya. So usually very, very nice, very good weather. Number three, I think one of the advantages of living in Nyeri is, I guess, the cost of living. You see, if you compare the cost of living of Nyeri and other major towns in Kenya, you find that Nyeri is relatively affordable for the basic money. We call it the basic or the common mwananchi. It's basically affordable. And when you talk about cost of living, we are talking about one, the housing affordability. A basic one-bedroom house in Nyeri town will set you back to what? You get a good one-bedroom house for 7,500 Kenya shillings in a good place, in a secure place. If you compare that to Nairobi for a basic one-bedroom house, my friends, Nairobi prices are just crazy. And not just Nairobi, in most major towns the prices are just too high. But in Nyeri you get good prices for housing. Be it one bedroom, two bedroom, bed sitters, singles, you get good housing in good places, in secure places. Number two, the food. Number two, in terms of cost of living, the food situation. Nyeri has good access to Nyeri has good access to food and major markets, because ideally Nyeri, if you ask somebody in Nyeri, they'll tell you it's an agricultural town. So in terms of farm produce and whatnot, and maybe vegetables or things like those, you find that they are really accessible in Nyeri. And if they are not, the next major town which has a surplus of those commodities is not far from Nyeri. So I think food is another thing we look at when you are looking in terms of cost of living. Under the cost of living, another thing we look at is the transport system. I mean, most of the estates around Nyeri town, they are walking distance actually. But if in the case of somebody who is not able to walk, maybe they have to use public means of transport, then it's quite affordable. I don't think there's an estate around Nyeri town that charges over 50 shillings for transport to get there, unless it's outside. If somebody is living in Karatina or Othaya, of which it's still not that expensive, because I think it's roughly 100 and something bob. So still the pricing of transport in Nyeri is very, very affordable. Also, a variety of whatever clothing and whatnot. There are things like clothing, you are going to find them at affordable prices in Nyeri. Ukienda Mtumba utapata manguo kwa bei nafuu. So it's something also that you can say that Nyeri has an advantage over some of these other places. The other thing, number 4, I'm going to talk about something called security. Now, you know, for anybody who is looking for somewhere to relocate to, there are a few factors that you're supposed to look at when you are going to that place. And one of the major factors that you can look at and you're supposed to look at is the security of that place. Now, in as much as we say Nyeri is one of the safest towns around, there's always that one caution that you're supposed to take in mind. Always be aware of your surroundings, regardless of how secure or how secure or how safe that place is. You should always be mindful of your environment. So that being said, Nyeri is one of the safest towns with little or no major incidences of insecurities. Yes, there are a few cases of insecurities, but not as much as compared to other towns, because I think the security apparatus in Nyeri actually works properly. But don't quote me on that. That one, take care of yourself, regardless of whether you're in Nyeri town or you are somewhere else. 5, I think this is number 5. Nyeri has good proximity to amenities. And when I say about amenities, I'm talking about schools, I'm talking about hospitals, I'm talking about, maybe the police stations. Like in most of the estates in Nyeri town, you find that the distance between where you are living and some of these amenities like the schools and hospitals and whatnot is actually very good. So in case of any emergency, you are going to be able to get to that school, get to that hospital, get to that police station in good time. So the proximity of some of these things is also an advantage for somebody who wants to come to Nyeri town, to relocate to Nyeri town. Like most neighborhoods are near health centers or maybe hospitals. If you go to Madari Estate, there's Madari Hospital there. There's just there. So anybody who is within Madari knows that they can get to that hospital in record time. If you go to Scooter Estate, I think PGH, the Nyeri Provincial Referral Hospital, is the nearest to Scooter. If you go to estates like Ring Road and Gangaridi, we have a hospital called Mount Kenya. It's the nearest to those estates. If you go to an estate like Kamakwa, you're going to find that the Outspan Hospital is the nearest there. So, like I told you, proximity to some of these amenities is very crucial for somebody who's looking for a place to relocate to. So that is another advantage of Nyeri town. Number 6, I think maybe it's not that, maybe it is important, I don't know, but I think Nyeri has some of the best schools in the region. compared to other regions, Nyeri has some of the best public and private schools in around. And you always know, if you have somebody who has a family and is looking to invest in their child's education, you have to always look for the best schools and the best opportunities in those schools. So, like, if you look for good primary schools, you have like the likes of Good Shepherd, you have the likes of Nyeri Complex, you have the likes of there's another school, I can't remember the name. I think it was called Dimakanini. I think it is in Madeira, I don't know. When you go to high schools, you have schools like Kagumo High School, you have like Mahiga Girls, you have like Bishop Gatimo Gandu Girls. Those are schools that are recognized nationally because of their good performances, and the top students, some of the top students in Kenya actually come from those places. Number 7 of the pros or the good things about Nyeri town is, I'd say, and this one is is a 50-50-ish, like good road networks. Like, you notice that Nyeri and its environs has a very good road network that are constantly being what do you call it? They are constantly being, what do you call it? Is it managed, or something of a sort? Have good road networks, and most feeder roads leading into estates are passable, and quote unquote are passable, because some of them are not up to standard, but they're still usable. So as compared to other places, I think Nyeri has a very good road network, but there's room for improvement always. That one I usually say, there's room for improvement. Number 8, I think another good thing about Nyeri is what we call the people, the culture. Nyeri has a rich culture. For those of you who might not know, Nyeri has a rich culture of, be it prominent people coming from Nyeri town or Nyeri and its environs. Like, you remember the third president of Kenya, the late Moi Kibaki, came from Nyeri, comes from a place in Othaya, in Nyeri County. We also have somebody like the late Professor Wangari Maathai, who was a Nobel laureate winner, won the prize a while back. And when you go back to history, like, the fight and struggle for independence is deeply rooted in Nyeri culture, because one of most of the freedom fighters actually came from Nyeri. The most notable one was Field Marshal Dedan Kimathi. So Nyeri has a very rich culture, very rich people, and who are very welcoming, who are very warm-hearted, and very helpful and polite. So if you are thinking of relocating to Nyeri, you definitely you feel welcome here. Another thing before I forget, I was talking about I was saying the nightlife in Nyeri is becoming and slowly becoming vibrant, not like it used to be a while back. Because I remember a while back, maybe nauko 2007, 2008 nauko, the main clubs that are usually operating in Nyeri, they used to close early. I don't know if it was a decree by the PC who was in charge in Nyeri. There's a guy who used to give Nyeri revelers a problem, a very big problem. So you are going to Raburu or Maragut, I can't remember, one of the two. So the Nyeri nightlife back then was not that good, but of late we have a few good places that people can hang out. Watu wenye wanapenda kamunyweso, kuna mahali, there are a few joints that you can go hang out and have a good time without any hassle ama kusumbuliwa na watu. Now, for me personally, when I'm in Nyeri, I have a few joints where I go. Now, it's your marketing nawafanyia, but I'm just giving you, you might be around and you want to sit down with your friends and have a few drinks. Kuna moja inaitwa 019, located uptown, Nyeri. Now, this one is mostly for, I don't want to say middle class, but I think it's near middle class and they're a bit more mature age. When I say mature age, ni watu kutoka 25, if you call mature 25, so 25 and above, those are the people who hang out around there. There's another new joint called Area Classic, inaitwa Classic Lounge. Now that one is the hottest thing in town currently, right now as I'm making this video. everybody is going there. But personally for me, I don't like it because it usually gets too crowded, yeah, most of the nights, because it's popular, like everybody is going there. Plus even for me iko na watoto wengi, if I can say that, iko na watoto, it's for the younger generation per se. There's another one in Marwa, in that FK resort. There's a new joint huko inaitwa Club Transit. Now that one is a very nice one. Na kama uko na familia unaweza kuja na familia wakae kwa hoteli, pande ya hoteli. Wewe kama unaenda kukamata zako mbili, unaenda kwa club hapo. They are within the same vicinity. So that one is another what a good place, inaitwa Club Transit, iko huko FK Marwa. Also Outspan, they have reopened their hotel and it is looking very nice. Actually you should go there. It is very nice and very affordable right now, your Outspan hotel. As for the other hotels, I don't know what is happening. Sijui kama zilifunguliwa ama zilifungwa. Like Green Hills niliacha ikiwa imefungwa. I think there was a certain court case going on about ownership or something of the sort. White Rhino nayo, it's been quiet for a while now. I don't know what's happening. I think it still operates but not to full capacity, I guess. I don't know. Somebody can confirm for me. Now, I think number 9 on the last whatever of good things, pros of Nyeri town or Nyeri county as well. Now this one is on a light note. So musianze sijui kurusha ma. This is on a light note. The Nyeri women. Repeat after me. Nyeri women. Rudia tena. Nyeri women. What do I mean when I say Nyeri women? I'm saying Nyeri has some of the most beautiful women you can ever find in Kenya. Number 1, they are Bantus. We all know Bantus produce some of the best, some of the most beautiful children around. Go to South Africa, you will see them. Go to Rwanda, you will see them. Come to Kenya, the Kikuyu tribe, which is predominant most in Nyeri, so utawapata huko. They are very, very women. Like Nyeri women are hardworking. Nyeri women are very happy. Nyeri women are very family oriented. What else? They are very jovial. And when you find yourself a Nyeri woman, trust me, you umepata mke, because atakulelea familia. Atakulelea familia, atakutunza, and they are self-driven. Usi mwanamke ati utashinda hapa ukisukuma sijui afanye mambo, sijui afanye nini. No, they know what they are supposed to do. They know how to behave around a man. They know everything, how to treat a man. So that is something else that I like about Nyeri women. They're very humble, most of them, that is. Wacha hii stereotype watu wamezoea kuwekea ati sijui Nyeri women are brutal, sijui they are rude. No, they are not. They are very, most of them, I'm saying most of them. And remember also, this is based on my opinion. Sijasema ni ya kila mtu. Opinion ni yangu, ni nawaambia. They are very good and they are very, what do we call it, wifely. There's such a name like wifely. Yeah. So I think I could speak a lot about the pros of Nyeri town, but I think for best experiences, you should just come for yourself and experience the town in its grandeur and everything. So make sure you just come. Now for the cons or the disadvantages of this town, I think one of the most, or the most, what do we call it? The one that portrays itself so much is the lack of growth per se. Like Nyeri unaweza enda miaka 10 mahali, uende mtaa ingine miaka 10, then urudi Nyeri upate Nyeri bado iko tu venye ilikuwa. This one I think it's mostly because of slow town growth. Juu Nyeri has limited, what do you call it, like companies, large scale companies that can employ people, and investors are not as much as other towns. Ndio maana unakuta you get maybe 1 or 2 buildings in a span of 5 years or 7 years, unapata kuna nyumba mpya imejengwa, but it's a bit slow in terms of growth. Another thing ni ati hakuna circulation. There's minimal circulation of money per se, and the one that is there that is circulating iko kwa mifuko ya watu wengine na hawataki kuachilia. Wanataka tu ikae kwa bank, ikae hapo wakijionea, but everything has everything changes with time, and I'm hoping it will change with time. Another thing is some of the areas are underdeveloped. In as much as Nyeri is a town, for a town that has been a provincial headquarter for the longest time, I think we should be having very many skyscrapers or something of the sort in this town. But some of the infrastructure, especially in the town, it's just a sight for it's just very sore watching or looking at it. Ukiangalia hata some of the idle land that is in the middle of town, like unashindwa viwanja zingine zinafanya nini town katikati. Yeah? I mean, Nyeri doesn't even have a proper shopping mall. Na hiyo si kuaibisha, ni venye kuko hakuna shopping mall iko na nini huku. Another thing is the story of whatever. Nyeri has a very per se quote unquote hostile business environment. When you want to open up a business in Nyeri, some people are of the opinion that lazima uwapatie kitu inaitwa goodwill. I don't know what this goodwill or who came up with this goodwill thing. You want to rent a stall somewhere, then somebody is asking you for goodwill of 100 and something thousand. That is not even rent. You see, it would be something else if it was rent upfront for a few months. But goodwill hiyo ni pesa kando, rent bado hujahesabiwa, hujaweka stock, hujafanya licensing ya biashara yako, unaitishwa goodwill ni mwenyewe 100 and something or 200 and something. I think that whatever demoralizes people who want to come and invest in this town, because that goodwill always scares people away. Another thing is imitation of businesses. Like you might have an idea today, you implement that idea, then you start getting traction, watu waanza kukuja kwa nini kupromote, then somebody somewhere in his wisdom anaona umeanza kufanya nini, umeanza kuboom, na yeye anafanya nini, ana duplicate hiyo idea yako. But sasa yeye juu anataka kuvutia watu, akisha duplicate hiyo nini anashukisha bei, anaharibu bei. Sasa wewe kama ulikuwa unauza kitu 100, yeye anauza nini 50 bob. Sasa akiuza 50 bob, kila mtu anapotelea wapi? Anapotelea kwake. Sasa unaona there's that imitation and duplication of jobs in this town. Like you can never have a good idea for long, because everybody most people will just come and steal your idea and start duplicating, of which it is okay, it's a free world, it's a free market, so people have the right to do what they want to do. But that's another thing. I think based on that and something else maybe I've missed, you write down in the comment section and just tell me your general opinion. I know this is not the best video or informative video, but I'm just trying to give you snippets of some of my observations or some of the things that I think that can help you to understand how Nyeri is. Like I don't know if there's another YouTuber or somebody who does content about Nyeri, but I think I've tried to show Nyeri in positive lights in all my videos. Like I've taken you around most of the estates or every estate in this Nyeri town. I've given you pointers on most of the things that you can do in this town. So basically Nyeri to me will always be home. It will always be home. I'll always appreciate it. That is why I try and market it as much as possible, because there's a lot of negative publicity about Nyeri in the mainstream media. So I try as much as possible in my little capacity to try and show Nyeri in a different light. There's room for improvement, as is with all the other places. So it's not only restricted to Nyeri. Every other place can improve. But per se, the most part, Nyeri is a decent place. If you have a young family who is thinking of relocating here, you can come. It is very conducive to raise a family here. Haina mambo mingi, haina story mingi. Na kama upendi kelele ya city life is a very nice place to come and relax. Hata watu wa kuretire wenye wanataka kuretire, unaweza kuja utulie huku. Hakuna makelele, there's no noise pollution, there's no air pollution. Like everything is just easy around here. Now, I know I've not been posting for a while, but I'm back now, and you should expect more content. This time, mostly, maybe it won't be about Nyeri, because I think I've exhausted most of the things about Nyeri that I actually wanted to showcase or show people about Nyeri. But if I get something that is worth sharing, of course I'll be sharing about Nyeri, because man, Nyeri ni home. Siwezi kosa kunini. So Thank you very much if you watched till the end. If you've not, kesho pia ni siku unaweza enda uangalie hiyo part nyingine umebakisha. So I just want to tell you thank you for those who've subscribed and those who continue subscribing. Thank you for showing support, and to more endeavors together. Be blessed. See you in the next one. Boom.